Well, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Only Dude in the House. So today is Memorial Day, and here in a little while we're going to go down to the cemetery. And when Caitlin was in high school and even junior high, we would go over to the cemetery every Memorial Day, and the Zanesville High School band would play. They do a memorial there in honor of our fallen soldiers over the years, and it's a really neat ceremony, and just really kind of take a moment and to remember those that have served and have did not come home, did not survive, and so just very important to remember those men and women that have lost their lives to protect our freedom. So we're going to take a moment to do that. But first, this morning, before that happens, been driving Big Blue around. We went to the lake yesterday. There'll be a video on that if you haven't seen it already. And notice there's a little bit of a hesitation in the engine. And so I was messing around with some of the spark plugs and wires, and noticed one of them was kind of loose. And so this morning I decided I want to go ahead and do a tune-up on it and just do my own spark plugs and wires and replace what was there, whether they're fairly new or not. I just rather have my own stuff and just start fresh. So I'm going to start with that this morning, and then we'll kind of go from there. Okay, so it's a little, sorry about it being bright in here. The sun is behind me, but it's going to be a little bit to get in here with this air conditioner compressor here right in the way. I think eventually I am just going to pull that out of there, because it's just got, you know, lines here, line goes across over there. We got this hose that goes all the way across the top of the engine, and then we've got the housing and everything for it over here. Eventually I'm going to change these orange looking hoses for the heater and get something a little bit nicer in there. So just kind of classy this thing up a little bit. Right now this big block is just covered with all these hoses and wires and different things that are all kind of taking away from the look of it, but one step at a time. So for now I'm just going to kind of work on this spark plug issue, and I'll bring you guys in here and you can see what I'm doing. I think first I'm going to go ahead and pull it, and then I'm going to go out and purchase some new wires and plugs. But I'm trying to do all this before the cemetery activity, and then also before it gets too hot. All right, for now I'm going to start with just pulling plugs. Let's see here. See if I can get down there. This one right here. Ooh, tight. I think I'll start number 3, because that's the one that was loose earlier. I need another extension. Let's see here. This is difficult. It'd be hard to get down in there. I need a shorter socket. Try a little different size. Get back in there a little easier. It just seems so stinking loose. I don't know. I don't get the right size socket. Just be able to twist that right off. I should be able to twist that right off. Yeah, I don't have the right size socket. I can't tell. It's not the right size, I can't tell. Okay, starting to make some headway now. But I'll show you it's a little hard to see here, but they're not bad. Just I'm not pleased with how bad or how they're coming out. This other one here was the one I think that was fouling up. If you look closely, you can see carbon that's on that there. So definitely looks like it's having some issues there. So I'm gonna keep pulling them, see what else we can come up with. Definitely be getting new wires on that one because I just broke that one. Let's see if I can get back in here. Get that one out of there. There we go. This is very awkward. See if I can find something to put on that. Can't reach all the way back in there. I just need a little bit of leverage. There we go. So I'll do. All right, now let's start on this side. Should be a lot easier because I have some hoses in my way. Oh. Some of these just come out really easy. Just one turn and they're already starting to pop out. How's that one look? Pretty good. Not a whole lot of carbon on that either. Yeah, get them out of this socket. There we go. That's fun. Next. I honestly hate pulling these. Pull them by the rubber piece. Come right out. Just use a pair of channel locks, grab a hold of the boot. It's a little easier to pull. Get a hold of it. Oh, that one is tough. Let's see if I just use I just grab a hold of it with the hose or whatever and I end up tearing it. Ah, there it goes. Whew. That was some work. Okay. Oh. Overdone it this weekend, that's for sure. Ooh. You gotta be very careful doing this because if you break this inside we're screwed. I have to have someone come and bore it out There it goes. Scared the crap out of me for a second. I do not want to bust a spark plug inside the engine. Whew. That one actually is the cleanest I've seen so far. And I'm using a, just so you know, I am using a 5/8 spark plug socket, so I'm not like just using a standard socket, because I do not trust doing it that way and having potentially breaking a spark plug. There we go. I almost need a step stool. I'm gonna go find something. Hang on. There we go. I found a cinder block. That'll give me a little more height. Oh, that's so much better. Now I can really get in here. Down below there. Some of these are just wrenched. Oh no. Oh my goodness, that scares me. Oh jeez. Freaking scares the crap out of me when it snaps like that. Wow. Whoever had this on here wrenched it. Oh, this is not good. Wow. That one's got me a little freaked out. I don't know why they feel like they gotta torque these things like super tight. And it's getting warm. I'm gonna have to take a shower before we head to the cemetery. Let's try this again. It just comes loose every time. I can't get the socket out of there now. No. There we go. All right, I think I finally got this socket in here, and it feels like this thing's turning pretty easy. So I was able to get that other one, that second one, so I'm on the last one. But oh, it wasn't there. Come on. But it, I think what was wrong, and I still can't seem to find it. There it is. Is that it? It. Just turn it on the thing. There it goes. I'm gonna use my little leverage tool to help a little bit. A little leverage on it. Yep, perfect. Okay, I got all the plugs pulled out, and I wanted to just show you, now trying to get in the shadow. If you look closely, can you tell which one is actually fouling up? Not very clear. And go ahead and get some new plugs and wires, and then we'll come back and try to get these put on pretty quickly because I'm running out of time fast. The cemetery thing starts at 11. So off to the parts store. Taylor and I are headed to the auto parts store. to get the plugs and everything. I gotta drive in the mom-mobile. Here we go, the seat gotta be back. It's unlocked, honey, isn't it? No? This thing doesn't unlock twice. All I do is push the seat all the way back. I don't adjust anything else. It just makes it easier. Oh, get in here, goes the mowing crew. I gotta take this hat off because there's no room there. But on to the auto parts store. Okay, Taylor and I just made it back from the parts store and got some spark plug and wires. But we got to get ready to head to the cemetery, so we're gonna put a pause on this project for just a second, and we'll pick it back up when we get back from the cemetery. Okay, we made it to the cemetery, and we've got about 10 minutes or so before the ceremony starts, but people are starting to file in. Band's down there getting set up. It's going to be a smaller band, it sounds like, this coming year. About 30 students. The smallest I have ever seen. Military veterans here representing.
Begin our ceremony with the opening prayer by Reverend Anthony Thomas of the Coburn United Methodist Church.
Let us pray. Almighty and gracious God, today we come before you to give thanks for your gracious and merciful hand upon us and to acknowledge that we are in need of your presence and guidance. We come together to honor and extend our gratitude to those who have served this nation in times of warfare and in times of peace. We come to remember and honor those who heard the call, rose up, went in the name of liberty and freedom, those who gave the last full measure of their devotion to their country, and now who lie in peaceful rest at places across this vast and wide world, places now hallowed by the blood of their final sacrifice. When their nation called for those willing to stand for the ideals of freedom and justice, when their nation called for those willing to stand against tyranny and oppression, when their nation called on them to fight for peace in the face of war, they rose and went. They left families and friends they loved. They left homes and communities they knew. They left the ideas and ideals of the future they strove for. They left to go to places they did not know, to show their love for country, to show their love to a God who longs for all people to be free. While their names are not always easily remembered, the places where they held high freedom's light are etched in our memories forever. Places on land, around the world, places close and far, in the skies, on the beaches, in fields and on plains, and waves and under oceans. They fought and they died for the freedoms and visions long ago, so that today we might be able to take hold of those ideals: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
We will now have the playing of the national anthem. now have a patriotic selection from the Zanesville High School Band under the direction of Mr. Kelly Ryan.
Such great and patriotic Americans, memorializing those that have come before us or served alongside us. Memorial Day is about their sacrifice and service to the nation, and it is a privilege to be here honoring them with you all. I want to thank Zanesville High School Band for playing today. You guys sound great, and I would like a quick round of applause for them playing their contribution to today's ceremony. Thanks again, and always amazing to have a live band perform at ceremonies like this. Thank you to Minister. Thank you for speaking today and your kind words for this ceremony. Thank you to Mr. Steve Smith, the Commandant for the Marine Corps Here League in Zanesville, for putting this on. It's truly an honor, and it is a beautiful day for such a good ceremony. And lastly, thank you to retired Master Sergeant Dick Bowers for extending me the invitation, showing me around, and making sure I knew all the details before coming here today, so appreciate that. Memorial Day encompasses a combination of feelings and emotions tied to your understanding of the federal holiday. For a quick history lesson, it was originally called Decoration Day, first widely observed on May 30th, 1868 by Civil War veterans and families to commemorate the sacrifices of Civil War soldiers. It grew in significance and participation until 1873 when the state of New York designated Memorial Day as a legal holiday. And then it was followed by several other states. The holiday then became such more widespread after World War I as the country recognized the enormous level of sacrifice by armed forces personnel. In 1971, Congress passed the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, establishing Memorial Day as a national holiday.
John T. Allen, Edward E. Arbaugh, Stanley P. Barrows, Durwood V. Berry, Dwight C. Blackstone, Robert E. Branford Sr., Jacob E. Burns, John S. Burns, Jackie Buxton, Bernard L. Cavendish, Galen A. L. Chandler Sr., David A. Clark, Paul E. Collins, Harold E. Curtis, Ralph E. Denton, Raymond Dodson, James E. Durant, Chris A. Edwards, John R. England, James F. Fellenly,
Marine Corps League. A rifle salute and the playing of taps.
Okay, well, it's afternoon on Memorial Day, and I always put my flag out every Memorial Day. So, let it fly for the summer. Goes. Okay, so there's the old plugs, and there's the new ones. I always save the old ones anyways, just have them. Most of them are good shape. There's really not anything kind of wrong with them. I just, with some of them, focus in or not. But anyways, but a couple of them were kind of fouled up, at least that one on number 3. So I'm just gonna work on getting these things swapped out, and I'll jump back on here a little bit and show you what I got them all done, I guess. All right, so here's the wires. I'm going to the yellow wires, but these have to be customized to the size, spliced, and then these boots are put on there with the clips inside here. Find one. Anyways, there's these little clips that slide in, and then you crimp that together with this crimper. So I'm gonna get started on swapping these out. I don't have my hat on, it's sitting over there, but By the way, with the American thing, I'm not Willie Robertson, although he's a cool guy, but I'm not I'm not wearing this because of him. Anyways, I'm going to work on these. It's going to take a little bit, and then we'll get this all put back together, and then we'll see how she runs. Okay, so they are all wired in. That yellow looks really pretty on that orange, but everything's in the position that it's supposed to be in. So now comes the moment. See if this thing fires up. All right, here we go. There it says, bring the motor. Okay, well, I'm gonna take it out and see how this thing runs after I put the cap back on. That way it's not sucking in dirt and all that stuff. So get it put back on and let's go for a ride. All right, before we take it out, I want you to listen. Sounds a whole lot better than what it did before over here at them. There was definitely a miss on that. So, all right, let's take it for a drive. See how this works. Pretty good. All right, we're gonna take it for a spin. Tighten that mirror. Here we go. It's hard to hear anything with this lawnmower going next door. Swing around just a little bit because of the way it's hanging up there, so bear with me. really hoping it was going to quit doing that. Might just need to get the carbon blown out of it. See if that does anything. Open up a little bit, see if we can blow some of that carbon out. I'm going to switch this around. Definitely runs a little smoother though. I mean, it still kind of sputters as you're driving. That's one fat dog. Jumping on the freeway. Let's see what it does here. Lord. Change the plug. speed dip. If not, the idle or the throttle just broke. So I'm idling around the corner so I can park. I don't know what happened. Something came loose. It's a long trip home to try to get going. This thing has enough oomph, it might actually just move if I was to raise the idle on it. Well, I guess I better get out and see what's going on. Alright, I found what happened. The throttle cable broke off. Master Seth and I were looking at that earlier. We didn't think that was correct. Probably has a lot to do with why this thing's been running the way it's been running too. So I'm gonna look and see if I've got a screwdriver, and I might just throttle this thing up a little bit just so I can get it home. Just run it at a little bit of a higher idle. See what I can do. Yeah, so it's always smart to carry your Leatherman with you. At a little bit of an idle like that should help me get home. I'm gonna put the air cleaner back on and then try to slowly creep and get home. All right, well, we'll see how this does. It was running really slow earlier, but I just got to creep to get it home. So that's it. It's creeping right now. Woohoo! The thrills of owning an old pickup truck. Oh, what fun. Let's see how slow I'm going. I'm not even going to try to stop too much. If it's clear, I'm going. 'Cause I got to get up hills and everything. Flashers on, so that way. So gotta make it up this hill. Oh boy. Can't believe it, I made it back. Wow. Woo! That was close. Alright, well I got it back on there. But it's not, definitely not tight. That is. But it is working, so I'm just gonna have to order myself a new fitting for that. I don't know what the deal is. Whoever put this thing together, just honestly, or just backhill rednecks that don't really know what they're doing, it looks like. But I'm slowly getting it to where I want it to be. It's still a great engine, so I'm not going to complain. All right, just laying back here in the easy chair. It's 10 o'clock, getting ready to go to bed. Finished up the long day. I had a closing video earlier, but I must have done something wrong and it didn't come out. But truck turned out okay. And I made hamburgers for dinner, and Kate and Mason came over and had them with us. And then we went out and got Witt's ice cream for dinner, just piled up in the old truck and just went down. It was a beautiful night for that. So anyways, Kim's sitting here playing her game, but we're gonna call it a night. And hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun working on that today. I don't want to say it was fun, but it was an experience. Looking forward to more projects with it. If there's something you'd like to see or got any ideas, just put them down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to click and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit the like button, and let us know that you enjoy these videos. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.